Do you want to improve at Fortnite? We over at Moon got you covered. We got some of the best players in the world like DiegoPlayz, Byzic, TabzG, and many more to teach you how you can go pro. Make sure you stick around to the end so you don't miss some of these pro tips. Let's get right into it.
What is going on, guys? I'm Moon Byzic. If you've ever wanted to know how a pro player warms up for events, this is what I do. First off, I free build for probably about 10-15 minutes until, the fingers are warm. I like to just rip edits, practice piece, do whatever. After you full on crank edits, piece, whatever you like to do that for about 15 minutes. And then what I like to do is I like to go hit up late game arena, probably until the tournament starts, and then I get into it.
What's up, guys? My name's Griffs. I'm a competitive console player. I've also made money on PC. I have 2.5k earned from Fortnite, 2-time CCC finalist, and a console grand finalist. And I'm here to talk to you guys today about off-spawn strategies. First things first, this is probably the best website to use for strategizing off-spawn. It's lootlake.info or something like that. Just look up Loot Lake Fortnite, the drop map. It's not the best drop map ever, but this is how you kind of use it. Say you want to land for this spot on the map, you would land, jump out of the bus, and then it would auto deploy your glider at all these markers here. You can either make this on your own in like Battle Lab or something, just by trial and error, sort of like getting the best drop for this specific spot, or you can buy it from other people. A bunch of people sell them, and this will give you the best possible drop for your specific spot. Next up is actual off-spawn strategies and something called a loot path. This is the most effective path that you figure out for yourself to get the most amount of chests possible, the most amount of loot, and the most amount of map. You want to make sure you're implementing metal, brick, wood, as many chests as you can, as many chest spawns, ammo crates, things like that. You want to loot as efficiently as possible when you're fighting off spawn or when you're looting your off spawn. The last thing is to make sure if you're landing a spot that you sort of have strategies for wherever people are going to push you from. So with your duo, understand that most likely people are going to push from these areas, so just be ready at all times for that to happen. If it's solos, just know exactly where people are going to push from so you can win your off spawn as quickly as possible. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.
What's up, everybody? It's Moon 8 here. Today I'm here to give you guys some tips on how to improve in solo fighting. First tip for me would be box fight more times than you build fight. You know what I mean? Whenever you can make a fight a box fight, usually it gets the fight done faster. It avoids getting affected by third parties as much because you're in a box, you're not gonna be getting fried. Another thing is also, this one's kind of obvious, but always keep a pyramid in your box. It's the escape way 9 times out of 10 when something happens, whether it's somebody jumping in your box or your wall getting taken. You're gonna edit your pyramid first. To those two things, make sure you have a pyramid in your box, and whenever you can, make it a box fight.
Fighting IQ is a crucial part of competitive Fortnite. Although it may seem difficult to improve on, here are 3 simple things that you can be doing that will drastically help your fighting IQ. First thing I recommend is watching pros to see how they fight and react to certain situations. Along with this, you want to be playing Solo Arena. Solo Arena will make you get in fights with many different types of players at many different skill levels. When you die these games, you want to use the knowledge that you have from watching pros and figure out what you did wrong that made you die. To make this a step harder, you can drop all mats except for wood whenever you get a kill, so you're always only going to be playing with a max of 500 wood a fight. This will make you use your mats more efficiently. One last thing is to play realistic box fight 1v1s in creative against players better than you. This will teach you to react faster and play smarter in more of a realistic setting. Just remember that when doing this, play against players with different play styles as well, so you don't just get used to playing against one. To make this even more difficult and even better practice, you can set an alarm for 45 seconds to help you finish these fights faster.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Moon Davey here, the professional VOD reviewer, and I'm going to show you guys how to properly VOD review in this little segment. So the most important part about VOD reviewing is learning from your own personal mistakes, also learning from the best players, implementing the new tactics you learn from them. So one good tip is if you ever lose a fight and you're curious what went wrong, you can go into the VOD and look at the enemy's perspective to see what angles you gave them during the fight that made you lose the fight. Another great part about VOD reviewing is being able to watch the best players to see what they do differently. One thing I learned from Cammy and Seti is that they like to funnel people away from their mid game while getting surged so that their next rotates will be an easy walk-in with no one around them. Those are some perks for you. Now it's time to hit the VODs, boys.
Yo, what's good, guys? It's Moon Chaos here.
It's Moon Davey. So what do you do to warm up for solo cash cups, Chaos?
So usually when I warm up, I just do like 30 to 45 minutes free building. Then I go into a 200 putt map and I play like for a half a round without aim assist, and then I play the other half a round with aim assist.
Do you try to play for the grapple glove in solo cash cups? Because a lot of kids like to just land on it because it's like really broken in end game.
See, me personally, I stopped like landing on it because I feel like dive spawn a bunch of times. So So what I do to play for grapple, I just wait for someone that has grapple to get cracked next to me, and then I just hold W key them for the grapple.
And how do you get refreshes in solo cash cups consistently?
Usually I just wait until first moving pulls like back, and I wait for people to start rotating like past my box, and I try to full box them, and then I usually get the refresh.
One last question, what did you do to get better at solo cash cups?
Stop taking mid-game fights, because if you take mid-game fights, it's going to set you up for a really bad game. So what I do, I just go center zone and just wait for end game.
Alright, well thank you for your time, Chaos. Appreciate it.
Thanks for asking.
Yo, what's going on? It's TabzG, competitive Fortnite player from Moon Gaming. I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips and tricks on how to get surge in stacked lobbies. First tip I have is always make sure that you're looking at drop maps. You want to see where people are landing in relation to where you're landing. For example, NA Comp Report is always posting drop maps for NA East, Cash Cups, FNCS Finals, whatever. You want to be aware of where people are in correlation to where you're landing. Those are going to be your early game tags. You're going to be looking for surge on these people that are landing near you. So you want to know where they're going, what they're looting. You know, you could cut off their loot route. You can do a lot of things to get a lot of surge out of them off spawn, which is great. So here we have another example, and this example is going to be where you land in correlation to where the first zone pulls. People have to go to this zone, so if you're landing these lagoon, for example, and the zone pulls over here, people out of sleepy are going to rotate in, people out of sanctuary are going to rotate in, and there's going to be people on Coney looking back at you, get surge. There's going to be people rotating from all of these spots on the bottom side of the map. They all have to come in. You also have to come in, so you want to be looking for surge on these guys when you're rotating in, and you want to be conscious of the fact that people will be sitting on edge zone looking back for surge onto you, so careful for that. I hope you guys learned something from these surge tips, and thank you for watching.
Yo, what's up guys? My name is DiegoPlayz, and today we're going to be talking about how to get good mechanics in Fortnite. Basically, if you want good mechanics in the game, you need good muscle memory. If you don't have good muscle memory, then how do you expect yourself to build fast? You basically need to think before you do. Make sure you have good minds, you have good muscle memory for them. You need to practice on them a lot, obviously. After you have good muscle memory, you just need to practice building and editing. Just rebuild a lot, do edit courses. That's basically all you need, really. Like, you literally just need to have good muscle memory and just hone your skills over and over and over again every day. Literally just rebuild all the time, and like, you should be good.
Yo, what is going on? Gloomzy here, and I'll be talking about how to come up with a bunch of new ideas to create Fortnite content with nowadays. Now, for me personally, I always try to be creative as possible. I think outside the box, and I experiment a lot. This means I try a bunch of new video ideas, and some of them will do good, some of them will do bad, but it's part of the process. But I essentially take what I learned from the videos that did good, and I try to create more content surrounding that idea. So for example, if I made a video that did good, I would try to make another video similar to that idea essentially, but I also try to one-up it every time, or basically just upgrade the idea. This way you'll never run out of content ideas, because you'll be always trying to upgrade your last video into the next video, and so on and so forth. So therefore you will never run out of content and always be thinking about content.
If you guys enjoy, make sure you like and subscribe. Also comment down below if you guys want a part 2 to give more detailed tips on how you can go pro.